What's going on, Andrew Flower? Welcome back.
Prepare to compete in 30 seconds. Competition begins in 10 seconds.
3, 2, 1.
5, 4,
The seal has left the
2,
bag.
1. Overtime.
The seals will start being released in 30 seconds. Who's with me? Ready, going. 3, 2, 1. The seal looks hungry. Give him some fish.
Good shot.
The seals made it through the orb. The seals will start being released and vertically stacked.
Nice.
The seal is headed for the shore.
Good shot.
The seals will start being released and vertically stacked.
good sentry.
The seals will start being released in 30 seconds.
Hello. PJ, you know, that term's starting to be overused. You know, it's not just, it's turned into like, oh, whatever friend I have, right? You just call him that? The guy on the street, are you gonna call him that too? Huh? PJ, you know, it's gotten to the point you're gonna have to specify here. Nice.
That's enough things for now. Get some ready for the next scene. The seals will start being released and purchased next.
Hello.
The seals will start being released and purchased next.
Yeah. Not very good.
The seal is headed
Yeah, tier 2's aesthetic is just good overall.
Ignition begins in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Defend our cause.
They miss you too. Yeah, I think yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's like we talked about earlier, you know, I think your best options are to either move a bit closer or hopefully eventually find a good used car or some form of transportation if that becomes a big thing for you. Ooh, that was interesting. I don't think I've ever intentionally rode an opposing rocket into their team to ambush his pyro, but that was an interesting play to like adapt to when the situation was there. Nice. What's going on there? Nice. 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 Yeah. Yeah, she does.
Mission begins in 60 seconds.
Ever since they redid the recipe, I think it's been Domino's.
Mission begins in 30 seconds.
When they did that campaign, that they redid their entire recipe, I mean, they were right. And it's not just the recipe, they like always season their crust well. I've never had bad crust from them ever since they redid that. I mean, before I didn't have bad crust, but oh my gosh, that is probably one of the most successful fast food campaigns ever. It got our family to get more Domino's. I remember it got Brent's family to get more Domino's. And they were right. And that literally was an ad campaign about humility. Like, I don't know who decided on that, but whoever had the courage to say, let's admit that some of these reviews are correct about... They literally, in the advertisement, they were putting up reviews saying, like, oh, Domino's tastes like cardboard. Now, I never thought that, but they were willing to put that in and be like, you know what, let's up our recipe. And it paid off. That bit of humility, because it actually was a good overhaul. It is like, in fact, here's the thing. Oh my gosh. Domino's seasons their crust so well that there are like local pizza places, or when I get carry out, I will season my crust just to try to be similar to Domino's. Yeah, I think there are actually like even like good pizza like non-chains that, you know, Domino's has set a bar for how good you can season your crust. Some people might not like seasoned crust, but just the way Domino's does it is like both subtle and noticeable. Because when you eat it, you're thinking, oh wow, this is a good pizza. You're not going, what, why is the crust seasoned? No, the way they season it is just, it just complements the pizza. So yeah, I think Domino's is the best pizza chain. Nice. I don't know their new policy. I do like Domino's more than Pizza Hut. I will tell you, one edge Pizza Hut has, not just as a chain, but as a pizza place, is they have the best cinnamon sticks. Like, I'm talking like anywhere. Like cinnamon sticks as a product, it is like 1 for 1 with Pizza Hut. It's actually crazy that, so I love Cinnabon, and the weird part about Cinnabon is, well, Blue Springs had one. Technically, it was with oh, they were paired with another restaurant, but Cinnabon's usually in very expensive places like the airport or a theme park, so they're naturally higher priced. It's really good. But man, yeah, you think about it and you're like, I could just go buy a giant box of cinnamon sticks and just dip it in cups of icing, and that's something to think about, you know, in terms of options. Oh, there you go. There you go. I see. I was wondering if you were going for a joke, but you know, that's a good mix-up. I highly encourage that, not just because I like the joke, but it's actually very refreshing, because I do think people overuse the one joke where they try to get you to say something out loud and make a very immature comment. Thankfully, there was no Pizza Hut one there. But Pizza Hut cinnamon sticks, dang, that's pretty good. See, what's funny is if you ask that amongst a lot of our friends, it's a very interesting topic. I don't think any of our friends, I don't think, I can't think of any of our close friends to where they would hate Domino's. I know Trevor hates Papa John's though, and he'll like make fun of the garlic sauce too. I'm like, dang dude, that garlic sauce is pretty good. Like, it's so good that they know that people would buy that for other pizzas. What, a pizza in the garage? Man, that the joke is from the 90s because of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but the fact that I learned about it 8 years ago now, because I was at MU, and that one person made that, you know, it was like it was used in like a video 8 years ago. That's when I found it. It was like the screenshot is like Sans and Papyrus, which is crazy because that Sans and Papyrus model was only like a month old after Undertale came out. So that's like some of the earliest Sans and Papyrus like character models. 2015 to 2020. I mean, they say that summer 2016 is the closest we might ever get to world peace. It's going to be like really hard to top that because of Pokemon Go, and there still was a time of like, I mean, obviously there were things like global warming, but it wasn't escalating like it is now. You know, now it's like people are worried about, you know, it's not snowing as much this month kind of stuff. A lot more. But yeah, 2016, Pokemon Go. You know, that was a good part. 2015 was really good. I will, you know, now context is important because, you know, every now and then I remember hearing like you know, like a KC Smash player saying, "Oh yeah, 2017 to 2020, the good old days." I was like, "Oh no, that was like the dark age." I was like, and then you learn the context that they might have been like a clout chaser, and you're like, "Oh, that makes sense why you would see that as the good old days." When I hear KC Melee good old days, I'm thinking 2013, 2015, the very end of that Dark Reign DMAC era, literally. It was like right before they both stopped playing as much. You know, pew pew carding games, there you go. That's like I call that the Apex era. Obviously there's the old age, like the 2000s for KC Melee, but that early 2010s, 2013, 2015, yeah, that was like an 8, and that was when PM was really big. Yeah. That really was an Apex era. Chronically online. Did you see that message I sent you where it's like someone's like Facebook or business account texts and they said literally obsessed with me? You know there are people that unironically respond like that. Like that's what makes that joke so funny. I mean, that's literally Dale and Ghost. Oh, hey, they're both narcissists. Interesting. Ooh, nice. Yeah, good double flank there. I was trying to play to that health pack, but that other scout did a good job at cutting that off. One thing I gotta get better at is pyro. So you saw at that last game I got Ubered, but I ran out of ammo, and I just thankfully ran over a metal box. I need to really regard that every time you kill someone, they drop a metal box. Like, I know it, but how often, you know, I need to like, conserving ammo's smart, but if you like can predict that someone might die soon, I mean, that's 100 ammo. That's important. So I'm trying to get better at metal management like that. It's kind of like, I mean, that's actually a big skill ceiling in this game. Is you have to predict sometimes when an enemy player might go down. Not saying they will, but if you can read the game state and say, oh, I just flared that spy, they're probably at 40 HP left. Maybe start putting your attention to something else. You know, you got to sometimes take that risk. As a Spire main, that was big. You know, Spire was the only character that could do afterburn. And so there were times where, because the objective of the game was to get 7 kills, if you could mentally count that they only had like 40 HP left, you literally could be like, oh, Magmal burn. Well, Magmal burn's like 30, but there are times where you're just like, the Magmal burn will kill them if they don't get health, and then you kind of have to like make that prediction at times. And if they don't die, then you know that's your risk reward. So. Like right there, that heavy is almost dead, but I'm definitely gonna pull back because of this. That heavy probably got healed though, because I don't see the kill counter. Ooh, hey, how's it going? All right, I'm just gonna potentially sacrifice myself there. It doesn't exist. Nice. Is this PJ talking or Vance through PJ? Oh, okay. So this is PJ talking? Oh, thanks for clarifying. Just making sure. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying modern fairy drops here, PJ. Hey! Okay, that's good progress.
Alert. The control point is being captured. We have lost the control point.
I think at one's pretty good. I think it's in a good spot. Yeah, I feel like PJ would run along with that joke until Vance or Sax plays like 350 healing fairy drops against him, and PJ's like, okay, this isn't funny anymore. There he is. I thought he was finally taking a nap tonight. DRK, it's like 3 a.m. You need to get ready for next semester. There you go. Oh, hey, how's it going? How's it going? There is no alliance. Show me the paperwork. Go ahead. Are you guys acknowledged by both the United States and Netherlands government? Go ahead.
Control point is being captured.
Good shot. Alliance denial. TRK, I'm asking for fine print. TRK, what are you gonna do January 1st? I'm not saying that's, you know, that's not to confirm when I'm looking for the next agent role. I can't tell you that, but I hope you'll be okay, that you'll lose that agent role. You know, hopefully you've matured. You know, that's the goal of this, but I don't know. I don't know, TRK. Almost every broadcast. Buff fairy drop, buff fairy drop. It's like, whoa, TRK, calm down. You don't have to play the card. For life. Now, a life contract? Whoa, TRK. No wonder you're hesitant on making the print. Oh my gosh. That's quite the dedication there. See, even PJ's quiet now. He's like, wait, I don't know. Whole life, TRK? What did I sign up for? I got you, PJ. Ooh, play to the health pack. That was good. What cult? TRK, there's no cult. Well, there's no lore, PJ. I know you're just like, you're trying to get TRK to make more, you know, work on the wiki. But let's try not to do that. There you go. See, TRK, you know, what are you talking about with lore? You know, I'm just trying to, every now and then, me and John or Lasagna or PJ, I'll bring up good times, good memories, right? And you try to write it off as lore. TRK, you know, it's starting to sound like what I had for dinner is considered lore. TRK, that's not lore. That's just called a good dinner, aka honey fried chicken nuggets, air fried with some seasoning and Gates barbecue sauce. I highly recommend it. It's like this honey battered chicken nuggets with some garlic onion powder, some seasoning salt, and then, yeah, Gates barbecue. Oh, there's a wiki, TRK? Why don't you show why don't you drop a link? Let's see the wiki then. Oh, he's not ready. He's not ready. Just like the Alliance. Sounds like a lie. Exposed. Uh-oh. Watch out, TRK. We might call Judge Judy. Tonight on Judge Judy. Actually, it's like a mid-afternoon show. Today on Judge Judy, TRK versus Sax. And it's just TRK making his false allegations that Sax bribed me to nerf fairy drop. And then Judge Judy is like, yeah, there's no proof here. Sax didn't bribe Pete Grigsby. Sax is innocent. And TRK will go, what? And Sax is like, Judge Judy, I'd like to sue for them taking my catchphrase, and you know, TRK might lose that lawsuit. That's a double loss lawsuit. Woo! A legal judge is not part of the alliance. Well, TRK, what's that say about your alliance? Alliance. Vance is gonna be a lawyer, but TRK, again, Sax did not bribe me. TRK, you can't just like sprain your ankle and just blame Sax. That's starting to become a bad habit. Let's not get to that point. You're already saying he was bribing. TRK, what was it the other day? You had some like connection issue or something? Oh yeah, on Tabletop Simulator, and you blame Sax. Oh no, you said that the updated fairy. You said, where are these cards in Tabletop Simulator? It was like updated fairy drop, and you're like, I blame Sax, and I was like, oh, well, it's in there, as well as the just updated cards in general. Oh, good mix up. See, TRK, that's a bad habit. TRK, that's just a made-up story.
Alert. The control point is being contested.
Actually, all the changed cards are in their own pile, so... See, TRK, that just sounds like paranoia.
Our control point is being captured.
New cooks. PJ, you've been playing since 2015. The full dish. Yeah, why don't you share that right now? Go ahead. You can share. Okay, TRK, let's not get arrogant. Did Vance have a really bad conga typo? I mean, I do like the conga line. Good taunt in TF2. TRK, I am telling you that Sax did not bribe me. Vance wasn't even there. TRK, he has to investigate first, and I'm telling you, that lawsuit is not worth your time. Sax did not bribe me. I nerfed Fairy Drop after, like, it being where it was for a long time, so I had a lot of data to go off of. It's in a good spot, TRK. PJ just won with it. He did really well. TRK, you got the money? You know, you saw those billboards, Mike's got this. You still gotta pay Mike money. That's the same thing for Vance. And this is a case that I don't think Vance would go for. Because Sachs did not bribe me. You're gonna lose time and money here. The only thing you'll learn overall is like, oh, I should have listened. Oh, now Vance is listening, but still, that that's a lot of time for a case that you're not gonna prove Sachs guilty here. Everyone having a good day today? Okay, good. Gotcha. Except for TRK, paranoid as usual. Come on, TRK. Let's work on that. Let's try to get you not paranoid.
Competition begins in 30 seconds.
TRK, this happens how many months now? I'm never gonna leak you the details. That as a developer, I'm not gonna leak the updates. There you go, Lasagna. Nothing bad. There you go.
Mission begins in 60 seconds.
Excuse me. So I found out today, Sonic got rid of their large size for Sonic Blast. I think I actually knew that for a while, but I forgot. Because today I was getting an M&M Sonic Blast large. Yeah, medium is now their largest size. And I think what they did is because of inflation, medium is now the largest in your mind. And so the price increased to basically almost look like a large Sonic Blast anyway, price-wise, from like 10 years ago. I mean, I got a medium, so it was pretty good. But yeah, they don't have large Sonic Blasts anymore.
Mission begins in 10 seconds. 5, 4.
I know Lasagna's laughing. That was a pretty good troll comment. TRK, you kind of fed right into that. Your paranoia. It's getting to the best of you, TRK. Come on. It was really big, but here's the thing. I do intermittent fasting. Basically what I know you know this, but another part of intermittent fasting is like when it's time to eat, it could be go big, go home, like only 1 or 2 meals, and that fills up my whole day. That includes, like, I had a bunch of black coffee this morning, and then I was just like, yeah, large Sonic Blast, let's go, while I'm working on the update. I'm not gonna tell you what I was working on. But yeah, they got rid of the large. I mean, in terms of sugar and fat, oh yeah, it's a ton. That's over half your, like, average dietary intake of the day of, like, calories and stuff. I mean, it's whatever. but it's good. Yes, TRK, there is a Hoenn wave. True. But I'm not going to tell you what's in the Hoenn wave. I mean, that's just a given, TRK. That's also a given. If they don't have a form change, then yeah, they'll have a form change. I'm just not going to tell you what they do. Yeah, that was a good combo. Market Gardener Soldier and a high up level 1 Sentry. Damage! I love how that's become like an iconic phrase for Ryan Green. Damage. Okay, TRK. There's no obligation. Nice. Oh, excuse me.
Mission begins in 30 seconds. Mission begins in 10 seconds. 30 seconds.
Hey, what's up?
Competition begins in 30 seconds.
You know, soil's good for the ground. You know, helps plants, the environment, the ecosystem. Thanks for the contribution. Oh wow, they went to the next spawn. That's hilarious. Okay, they're back at. They're going back to spawn. That's very funny. Yeah, someone has like 425 ping. I think the filter will get them if it doesn't go down. Okay, it like drastically down. So, yeah, there's like a filter on Uncletopia. If they kept the ping like that, they would have got kicked. Oh nice. Oh my gosh. The exact T pose. Like idle pose on that kill. That's a funny, that's almost like a, is that an animation error? Like a glitch? Like that spike crab thing, that's hilarious.
gonna move itself.
Nice.
I'm just sitting there. Ooh, bombs away.
Ooh, good shot. I haven't used it in a long time. I have it, but I haven't used it in a long time. I've been using stock for quite a while now as my main primary weapon on sniper. Ooh, hey, how's it going? Nice. Okay. Well, it'd probably be, I mean, I think the better question is if TF2 is vanilla, because, you know, Two Fort's not even an original map, it's from Team Fortress 1. And, you know, Dust Bowl was in Team Fortress Classic, they brought that over too. So, I think there'd be a few maps. Now, the question is, would you play TF2 if it stayed at vanilla? I think that's a big butterfly effect. I think actually the world would be very different. I'm not saying vanilla TF2 is not even bad. It's just like, think of how different the world would be if TF2 didn't update. I like 2 Fort though. I actually, if someone, you know, I actually always wanted to play Highlander 2 Fort. There was like one time on TF2 Center years ago, someone started a Highlander pug with 2 Fort, and we couldn't get enough people to play. But I definitely wanted to play. Like coordinated 2 Fort with Highlander, yeah, I think it'd be fun. I definitely want to try it in the future. It's kind of like, you know, as we talked about before, there's only one engineer, there's only one medic, so like things like your one sentry guarding the flag or your one Uber charger building, like the fact that you have to be careful to not like lose stuff like that, that's pretty cool. You know, I bet I would say that in competitive 2 Fort is probably like the spy is feeding a ton of information while they're on the other side with cloak and dagger, and they're probably coordinating like sentry sap pushes. You know what's really interesting is like, would top level snipers be on the upper level, or is that like way too common that they would like not go there a lot, you know? I personally, I tend to play more at the bottom level than the top when I'm sniper on 2 Fort. Now that would be a funny incentive. Like, I remember Sigafu years ago in like 2016 did like his no limit 6s, and he funded a big pot bonus because he wanted to see it at a top level. I would love to see like a charity or competitive incentive for like Highlander 2 Fort. Like, imagine you put enough money on the line that you're gonna have the top level players like fully invest into like strategies. How would top level 2 Fort be played, you know? I love thinking about how that could work out. It's probably also, I think Scout would be pushing the top bridge a lot, like the roof. I think Scout would constantly be testing how far he can push into the base at the top level. Probably Soldier too. I think that's like their plan A. Okay. Yeah, I mean the top, that's the thing though, is that the top spot is really good because spies have to work so hard to get up there. Unless they can surf a rocket. I guess you could with the Dead Ringer or something. Yeah, you know, the spy would take a while to get up there. So, that's a good point. You could sightline check your team, and then if the combo successfully makes it to the other side, you can follow them. And then you're just gonna get overheals and spy checks a bunch. Engineer's probably building his sentry in the sweet spot. Like, that's plan A. If I queued up for Engineer on 2 Fort, I'm definitely testing how much the opponents can handle the sentry sweet spot, which is right out of spawn. You know, it covers literally 3 choke points. That's actually really good in just pubs. Even if there's multiple engineers, if there's not a sentry covering the sweet spot, sometimes your flanks can be exploited. But you just put one level 2 or level 3 there, it's pretty good. And then you can put a dispenser in the staircase So they have to like really work to go down the staircase. Or leave it.
Prepare to compete in 30 seconds.
Yeah, now I think about it, I think 2 Fort, like the mid fight, is like a really big mid fight. Because usually in Highlander, like let's look at King of the Hill. When you know, you look at let me think of I'm trying to think of the names. We don't have to use a Highlander map. I wish Kong King was in Highlander circulation, but it's not right now. So let's look at that one, the Tokyo Neon one. When you roll out, I mean, Scout and Soldier run their own flank, the combos together. Sniper takes a back sight line, Spy tries to get on the other side. Engineer usually builds a mini on your side, and he's already trying to build a dispenser. But in 2 Fort, because it's all condensed on the bridge, I think every class is heading there for the most part. Except Engineer. I think Engineer will usually try to build that level 3 as fast as possible. I mean, that's what I do in pubs. I try to get up a level 2 before the scouts get over.
Mission begins in 10 seconds.
Well, you know, I'm sure you could open a Google tab and find some interesting answers there, Lasagna. Probably none from Valve. Oh, hey. Oh, we got more send tweet moments tonight. Yeah, Lasagna, I'm surprised you don't have an alt account by now. You turned down Tumblr the other day, but man, you really need an alt count for Twitter, huh? Do you need it though? You know, I say send tweet, doesn't mean you should send the tweet. You know, you know the saying. Someone says something pretty outlandish. You're like, oh, send tweet? You gonna do it? Huh? And you know, hopefully they're like, yeah, I see what you mean. I probably shouldn't if that was a tweet. Oh. You okay there, Lasagna? Really going in those send tweet moments. You just open Notepad at this point, and then don't save. There we go. There you go. Now that is a good conversation starter, Lasagna. Because my dad was talking about a similar thing today. He actually was, you know, it's like technically, you know, the government has gotten involved with trying to like halt the housing crisis right now in terms of expenses. And you know, technically, you know, it's on the like the news headlines and stuff. They're, you know, it's saying, oh, inflation is going down. But my dad's like, yeah, but how many of those companies are not going to let go of high prices? Kind of like the Sonic medium blast thing. You know, with inflation, you know, I got a medium blast. That is technically voting with your wallet. I was still willing to get it. So companies are going to be like, oh, you guys were willing to pay $4 for a double cheeseburger now? Okay. You know, and so, yeah, you make an interesting topic now. What if you saw production costs? Well, I'll tell you, I think less fountain drinks would be sold. Like with combo meals, Wendy's, McDonald's, Burger King. I mean, have you noticed in the past, like, decade, that's the big technique? Obviously, selling fountain drinks is, like, a huge profit margin for those companies. Those chains. But, now, because there can't really be a dollar menu overall, they're finding ways to make people think that they're getting a deal, but they're really spending $2.50, $3 on a drink. But no, it's all about the biggie bag. It's all about the $7.99 deal. Yeah, and they found a way to make you pay $2.50, $3 for a drink. Well, you know, if this is like non-official, you know, like what we're doing, like if this isn't a law, we're just sharing like, oh, drinks are dirt cheap to make overall. But if this is a law, like if you're saying, what if a law was passed that required products to say, you know, if there's a law to say this is how much our product costs to make, yeah, it would definitely, it would turn the economy on its head in terms of like just a competitive standpoint. Because education can combat a lot of manipulation, and that includes in the market. You know, uneducated people are being targeted, you know, to spend more money. I just said the biggie bag because it was one of the first ones. You know, years ago, Wendy's was pushing the biggie bag, and you still had to buy a drink. It's not a bad deal, but then after the biggie bag, other companies and competitors were like, oh, they just found a way for you to buy a drink. Because you know how many, including me, I would just get a bunch of like sandwiches or burritos at Taco Bell, and then, oh yeah, give me a water. You know, I love water. But, and they knew that. Actually, Coke knew that too. That's why Coke is pushing their own like LaCroix. Because at the business meetings in the past decade, they're like, oh crap, information is being shared more and more about how unhealthy Coke is. So we gotta find a way to sell other products or push Coke, and that aligned with the fast food market, and they're trying to find ways to sell you a drink. I mean, I used to work at the movie theater, and like, I literally, like, when we had customers look up, and, you know, they're like $10 for a popcorn combo with a drink. I was like, oh yeah, yep. You know, I wasn't gonna just like try to be like, no, this is actually the best deal of all time. No, like you know, the well-educated people, aka using some common sense, they saw how expensive it was. I was like, yep. But that's the pull. That's the supply and demand is. You know, me and Michael went to see Godzilla 1 recently, and one, I do like supporting Lee Summit B&B because my old boss Kevin works there, so I actually don't mind paying that much. But I did spend like $9-10 on a large thing of popcorn. But I'm gonna be honest, I didn't eat. I had like not much food to eat leading into that movie that day, So that was my dinner, and I like ate through all of like the bag to the point that when the movie ended, there still was some. I was like, "Hold on, Michael." So to me, I definitely got a lot out of it. It still obviously was very expensive for large popcorn, but to me also, again, I was like, I'm supporting Kevin. Do you know how often Kevin has gave me good deals there because he's such a nice guy? And obviously when you work for him, like there was that deal of like free movies at Blue Springs 8. I don't know if they do that now, but yeah, when I went to the theater, I mean, again, drinks are just dirt cheap. And there was that supply and demand, that push and shove of how much the higher ups were gonna like increase drink prices and stuff. Ooh, I saw that reflect. Going for the reflect on the flare gun. Man, speaking of getting 2 beefy 5-layer burritos, a beefy melt, and a chicken melt burrito, it is like $12 now, and that's just obviously a sign of inflation. But you know, I like all those items, so I get that about 2-3 times a month. Alright, this will be my last one for tonight. I'm actually gonna have a few of the things of the Highlander update doing tonight, so I'll do one more. They turned Hightower into a Christmas King of the Hill map. That's pretty cool. Oh, I love this. Is an awesome backdrop for Hightower. Okay, cool. Yeah. I like that's creative using the lifts like that. Yeah, Snoop Dogg was also in like Tekken Tag 2. He had his own stage. Actually, I don't think it was Tekken Tag 2. I think it was Tekken 6. I think Snoop Dogg was the last generation Shaq. You know, now Shaquille O'Neal's in so many product crossovers. And Snoop Dogg was in a lot of stuff before it. I remember when he was on National Geographic. Now that was funny. I don't know if you've seen him commentate National Geographic videos, but that one was really good. Cause like there's that one clip where it's like the otters shooing out the alligator from their territory, and then once they succeeded, all the otters are looking up, and Snoop Dogg's like, "We them boys, hey!" And I was like, "Hey, that's right." Ooh, that's a good mini. That's a really good mini. I am inspired. That covers the hill well. That covers leaving spawn well. And obviously the rocket jumping soldiers. It is really funny when Market Gardener soldiers get so mad at minis on this map. I like that rail. I think that rail's really good. I definitely was trying to air blast the Uber heavy and medic off the point, but yeah, that's a good call to have that rail there. This is really cool. Who made this? I don't think this was on Christmas. The Christmas update. I mean, good call to whoever converted this in King of the Hill. It's really cool. I like this too. This like kind of nook and cranny. Trying to get a flare gun shot there, but I think that's actually pretty good coverage. I really want to find out who made this because smart idea. converting this into King of the Hill. I mean, I like Payload Race High Tower too, but this is pretty innovative. Kind of like, yeah, I think that engineer's got the right idea. Keep the dispenser here. Because now they have to work to start capping. So this is a good, like, sightline control. Oh, that... Oh, Lasagna, I wish you were on... Oh, gosh. I'm trying to remember the day. Was it last week? Tuesday, Monday... I think it was 2 weeks ago. I'm trying to remember. Two weeks ago during TF2, we had someone on that very much likes Payload Race, and they said they'd like to see like competitive Highlander try Payload Race. I was like, yeah, like I you know, we both were just talking about that. I was like, because it's like the 2-4 thing. I'd like to see some other maps and modes with Highlander. I just like to see. I think it'd be cool. And yeah, Payload Race is one of them. Because think about it, like in Payload, when there's one side that's offense, one side's the defense. On offense, you know, Scout and Engineer, plan A is to push the cart. And then on defense, Engineer's building the level 3, Scout's holding flank. But now when both sides have to push, I'm curious what you do. Do you still put Scout and Engineer on your cart, or do you try to give your Engineer room to set up defense? I kind of like that constant push and shove, you know? I think what would happen is... I think Engineer and Scout would go to the car ASAP because it is Payload Race, so cap time is really big, and you can just keep putting minis down. And minis are really good, like on maps like this, so... Well, the thing is with Payload Race is you don't have time to set up. In default Payload, Engineer gets like what, a minute? Like, you get some time to set up your level 3, but with Payload Race, you don't have any time. Now, see, to me, I like the challenge. King of the Hill, I love trying to get a level 2 up on, like, King of the Hill or something. I mean, I made a video, I made an article about that. You know, building a sentry. Oh, man, I love playstyles like that, where all these things are thrown against you, but you just keep at it and get rewarded if you keep at it and you're smart about it. Anyway. Yeah, Payload Race, I like it. I would like to see Highlander Payload Race. But yeah, there's no setup time, so it would just be interesting to see how that plays out. Now, something that Highlander opened my eyes to, I mean, it helped me a lot getting better, but when I played, you know, I started playing Highlander Payload, it opened my eyes to the fact that it's okay if you're not always pushing the cart, but Scout and Engineer will default to it, like, as their plan A. And so what I realized is, like, I was underestimating the importance of just area control. So imagine Upward, you get the first point, and so this is where the payload starts going into the tunnel. Now, before I played competitive, I'm like, oh yeah, I can just keep pushing the cart through the tunnel. But once I started playing Highlander, you know, a lot of the teams coordinate like, oh, take control of the upper platform. Because if you take control of the upper platform, you have control of both. You know, it's like your Scout's already pushing the cart, Engineer. So if everyone can focus on controlling the top platform, you're controlling the flanks that go down into the platform or into the tunnel. Just stuff like that. I think it's pretty interesting. Because if the whole team bottlenecks to the payload, then yeah, you just gave up control of the upper area. Potential control, yeah. That's a good mini. Adios. Yeah, that. Here comes the push.
The control point is being captured. Our control point captured.
Oh, that's a good question. You know, when I was in high school already, so we're talking 2011 to 2013 is when I started playing TF2 in high school. Already, my friend told me about, it's like 2Fort Pro, and we went to that. I've been to that server. I remember going there in high school, and basically what they did is they created a flank from the sewers, and it goes like into the intel room. That's pretty interesting. That kind of really changes the dynamics of getting to the intel and stuff. Because now you have to be a lot more proactive on average for the sewers as well. It also allows like scout and spy to get in through that way. And I don't mind default 2-Fort, but I could see probably they considered things like the sentry sweet spot. Now it's not covering every single way to get into the intel room. I'll send it to you after this broadcast. It's like 2Fort Pro. I don't know if it's still around. I'm sure, I mean, obviously the map files are still around, but I don't know how often it's really played anymore. Now this, you said pop quiz, not trick question. Obviously, you know, my mind goes to blue. I'm just thinking of all the shadings on Melee, where it could be like the trick question is like, oh, it's blue with a lavender undertone right next to the blue. It's like, oh.
Mission ends in 60 seconds. We have lost control point.
Yeah, blue. That's, yeah. I mean, I just knew that because I love the 64 Zeldas, and so I remember reading guidebooks and just like books on Ocarina of Time. And yeah, you saw the official art a lot and stuff. And I mean, as a kid, we had that running joke where like, who pierced Link's ears? Was it Rayru? Or was it just like the gods of Hyrule just like gave him earrings as he was asleep for 7 years? He also got like long socks, like the stockings, because young Link doesn't wear stockings, so. You know, is there like a dressing room in the Temple of Time? Is there a hidden door? That could be a joke, you know. Let me, hey Nintendo, let's talk. I'd like to work on a Zelda game for you. It'd be a third 64 Zelda game. We'll use the 3DS visuals, but we're keeping the 64 sound design. So let's talk. Let's get that going. You know, you trusted your IP via Cadence of Hyrule. How's it going? Eagle's Perch. I can get a team together. At Nintendo Spies. Watching the archive. Watching right now. See? Nintendo, we're on good terms. Oh wait, do you still like this series? Of course you do, but you just gotta find another way for the Switch to have, like, ultra motion controls. Star Fox 02. Put the Switch controller in your microwave for turbo lasers. Wow. Purposely have stick drift. That's actually part of the new G diffuser system. At least we got F-Zero 99. At the after party, Michael brought like his like Wii like lagless setup, and we played F-Zero GX on the big monitor downstairs. Like, he has a mod for the converter to make it near lagless. And then K Willie was like, wait, F-Zero GX has like the progressive scan 1080p mode. He's like, uh-huh. Which is true. I like that a lot of GameCube games did think a bit ahead. And in those rare cases where you do have a really good monitor setup, it is like progressive scan compatible, and it looked and played well. It was awesome. I'm like, Nintendo, this is all you need to do. You can just re-release GX. They have good control at that point. Reevaluate. You know what? I'm gonna try that. Let's try this. Someone asked me last broadcast on TF2 with advice on using the thermal thruster. I usually use it with back burner. I don't do it a lot. You know, I play a lot of degreaser, puff and sting pyro, but it's a good combo. The back burner thermal thruster can basically get you behind flanks and stuff. You can get bonus damage from crits. How's it going? Now, I might do it. I'm trying not to, but I have a habit of switching to my secondary, even if it's the jetpack. Very high risk air blast too, because now it costs 50. Ooh. Yeah, I'm just gonna do spread damage. Oh, knock on wood. Hold on. Some people wonder if F-Zero, obviously I think F-Zero GX HD would be online. And now with 99 doing so well, they would probably have some form of death race similar to 99. Now, here's something. Some people think that F-Zero should have a track creator. I think Nintendo knows the monetary replay value of makers because of Mario Maker. I feel like F-Zero track editor would be its own game and not tied to the GX HD port. I'm gonna hang out for like 2-3 minutes, but yeah, I'm gonna end the broadcast in about 2-3 minutes. Well, have you played 99? People like have been having a lot of fun with that one. Now, that is like a heavily modified Super Nintendo game. So the ping stuff probably, you know, from what I've seen, it's not as big of an issue. But if we go to GX, where it's really pushing that crisp 60 FPS and like models and stuff. Oh, I mean, Ultimate has, you know, Sakurai's not buffing the netcode on Ultimate, so, but I mean, that's a different team, you know. F-Zero GX would most likely be ran by Sega again, which would be really cool. Sega would have to talk to Nintendo, be like, we need pretty good netcode. I think F-Zero GX would be online. Like, that, it's gonna be online. Especially, like, with F-Zero 99. Is it gonna have a track editor? I really think that's its own game. I think GX HD comes out, or a new F-Zero. I think it'll do well. And then they make track editor. That's an interesting idea. Sonic Frontiers was good. I think they would study really good Sonic games. So they would look at Adventure 1 and 2, Sonic's 1 to 3 and CD and Knuckles. I don't think Sonic will be unlockable in GX2. They did make 11 new pilots though, Sega did, which was really cool. That's the big question. I really hope that the AX or the GX characters make it into the next game. I don't know their copyright. Here's an example. We're almost done. This is my favorite new character from GX. And I hope he returns along with the 11 new GX characters. Now, Deathborn got defeated. He might come back too, though. That'd be cool. So, I don't know if Sega owns the rights to these guys. To these 11 characters. But I would love to see them in the next game. My favorite character is obviously Pico. Look at, you know, my avatar. I mean, Lasagna knew that. But yeah, my favorite new GX character is definitely Spade. I think Frontiers was good. The thing is, Lasagna, and not to undermine you, I know you've been pretty contrarian in your Sonic opinions. Like, you didn't like Sonic Mania, but that was really good. I know you like to defend Sonic 06. I know you're not saying Sonic 06 is good, but I think definitely some of your Sonic opinions I've seen cause some interesting conversations, and I'd like to see how other people interact with that. And it's not to undermine your views, because, like, you know, me and you agree in the fact that Sonic Colors is one of the best modern games. Adventure 1 and 2 is good. Sonic Heroes is good. Yeah, so this channel is interesting. It always does 7-minute game music. What an interesting, like, brand. It's not bad. I'm just wondering why they did that. It's interesting. Well, you know how we're gonna end the show now. We're talking about F-Zero. So Maggie Rook uploaded this 2 years ago. I'm very grateful that they did. They released like HD footage of the pilot ending. So, this is the last thing we'll do tonight. He's so cool. Yeah, Sega did such a good job with this game. They put so much effort because, like... Well, AV was the development team, the Monkey Ball devs. And basically, the higher-ups at Sega were like, hey, we're not making consoles anymore. Actually, we're working with Nintendo. Let's make a good first impression, okay? And they fired off all cylinders. I love that I got this for $8. This blows so many $60 games out of the water to this day, just for like how much effort and content was in it. Ooh, and guess what? It came with the manual. Now Lasagna will like this. Hold on. The colored manual. Color. Remember when they started going black and white, and then they got really thin in like the Wii era? Got the GameCube controller layout, and then I know it's back here. Oh my gosh. They had... Wait, they do... Yeah, they did. They did. They put in every single pilot from the original and X in the manual. That's a lot of print. Okay, so there's not a notes section. You know how some of the manuals had notes? But I like this too, the Logitech steering wheel controls. Now, Ryan said he'd like to set up his steering wheel stuff for F-Zero, and I was like, okay. Okay. That's pretty great. So, yeah, I thank you again, Maggie Rook, for uploading that HD video of Pico's ending. Very cool. I don't know if they do the other ones, but I would definitely, I mean, we can see what else they have. Hold on. Okay, done. Oh my gosh, you know what's crazy? Yeah, so they have the interviews. Thank you. Yeah. The interviews are hard to get. You only get one question per cup you win. And there's 41 characters. Wow, you're putting in a lot of work for this. Yeah, definitely check out this channel if you're an F-Zero fan. It seems pretty good. A lot of detail in here. Nice, that's awesome. Okay. Well, thanks for tuning in, everyone. I had a good just time overall. I will not be back tomorrow, but Saturday I will, for Baldur's Gate 3. So, well, Saturday is going to be the Highlander Online monthly first, and then that'll roll. I think TRK's practicing. Well, it says he's asleep, but so yeah, Saturday is the Pokemon Online monthly. That'll roll into Baldur's Gate 3. So that should be fun. But yeah, I won't be broadcasting tomorrow. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. I'll see you around. Drive safe out there. Snow, sleet, hail. Take it slow. Take it easy. Have a good one. Bye.